The way it normally worked, to the best of my knowledge, we'd bring in 30,000 pounds, we'd give them 20, and we'd hold 10. When they brought the money for the hauling, we'd give them the last 10. In this situation, we got one load halfway in, and a boat called and said, "We're here." So we stuffed them in the islands and went back and got the other one and actually made it through. But the owner of the first one was there expecting that to be his, and we told him it wasn't his and shipped it out. And he took me, kidnapped, for 3 days in Miami, and under gun, and said, well, when you bring me mine, you can have him back. And it didn't take long. It took 3 days, but it was a miserable 3 days for me. It was part of it. I mean, I didn't expect it, but it happened. I was the first boat in, and he took the first captain out. They fed me good, and then they tell me to call people, and I try to call people, but nobody would answer, and they'd slap me around with these Mac 10s with flash suppressors. They'd slap me in the face and throw me back in the room. And then they'd bring me out and try to make me make phone calls again, and then slap me around with a gun and throw me back in there. And I just told them, look, you're gonna get nothing from me because I got nothing. And then finally I got a hold of one of my buddies with no names, but he said, we got it under control. And they turned me loose. And that was that. They didn't bring me home. They turned me loose in Miami. But all they wanted was their stuff. I mean, it's a business. I didn't volunteer to be a martyr or anything like that. It just, they took me. And what do? You just sit there and roll with the punches, because you know it's going to come right, because I was there. I know what happened, and I know it would be all right sooner or later. But what do? You just sit there and depend on your buddies to make things work right, and it did. It all worked out all right.